The moment the news arrives is a moment frozen in time. It often comes through a phone call, a few simple words spoken, and just like that, the world as you knew it ceases to exist. Disbelief is the first wave that washes over you. This cannot be true. There must be some mistake. Your mind struggles, desperately trying to reject this new, harsh reality. My mother, the one who was always there, suddenly gone. The unexpected nature of it all delivers a stunning blow. You are left gasping, lost in a disorienting fog of confusion. The very foundation of your world feels as if it has crumbled beneath your feet, leaving you suspended in an abyss of shock. As the initial numbness begins to recede, an overwhelming tide of raw, visceral pain crashes in. It is not just an emotional ache, it often manifests as a physical sensation. A deep hollowness in the chest, a tightness that makes breathing feel difficult. Tears might stream down your face without pause, a release of the immense pressure, or sometimes tears refuse to come, trapped by the sheer magnitude of the shock, making the internal agony even more concentrated. The everyday world outside continues its indifferent rhythm. Cars drive by, people laugh, but your internal world has been plunged into a chaotic storm of sorrow. How can life proceed as if nothing has changed when your world has been irrevocably altered? The suddenness offers no chance to brace for impact, only the full, brutal force of grief. Losing a mother is a unique and profoundly deep sorrow. For many, she is their first connection to the world, their first experience of unconditional love, a steadfast anchor throughout life's storms. To lose her without the precious chance to say goodbye adds another layer of intense pain and complexity to this already heavy grief. There were no final words of love exchanged in those last moments. There was no last gentle touch of her hand, no opportunity to convey the depth of your feelings one last time. This abrupt severing, this lack of farewell, can create a wound that feels impossibly deep. It leaves a persistent, haunting question. Did she know? Did she truly understand how deeply she was cherished, how absolutely vital her presence was in your life? The silence that answers this question is a heavy, echoing void. The days and weeks that immediately follow such a loss often pass in a blur. Time itself seems to lose its familiar structure and meaning. Simple, routine tasks can feel like monumental efforts requiring energy you simply do not possess. Her absence becomes a tangible presence, a profound silence that seems to scream louder than any sound. Every familiar object in the home, every shared memory that surfaces, every song she loved becomes a sharp trigger. Each one unleashes a fresh wave of sorrow, pulling you back under the current of grief. The world can feel alien, distorted, as if you are viewing it through a constant film of tears. This is more than just intense sadness, it is a profound disorientation, a feeling of being utterly adrift without her guidance, her comfort, her unwavering and irreplaceable love. The path forward seems shrouded in darkness. The yearning for one more moment with her can become an all-consuming thought. It is a powerful, persistent ache in the heart. If only time could be rewound even for a few sacred minutes, just to see her smile once more, to hear the familiar sound of her voice, to feel the comforting warmth of her embrace one last time. This desperate wish replays itself endlessly in the grieving mind, a constant, sorrowful companion. In that imagined moment, you would tell her everything. All the I love yous that perhaps felt implied but were not spoken often enough. All the deep gratitude for the countless sacrifices she made, big and small. This unfulfilled longing for a final, meaningful connection, for a proper, heartfelt farewell, is a heavy burden. Regret often walks in step with this profound longing. The mind can become a harsh courtroom. It endlessly replays past interactions, scrutinizing every word spoken or left unspoken, every action taken or not taken. Questions arise. Did I do enough for her? Was I the child she deserved? Were there unresolved disagreements, however minor they seemed at the time, that now loom large and significant in her absence? The if-onlys become a relentless echoing chorus in your thoughts. If only I had called her yesterday. If only I had visited more frequently last month. If only I had taken more opportunities to express my appreciation clearly. These self-recriminations can be tormenting, adding a layer of guilt to the already immense weight of sorrow and loss. It is a painful, detailed inventory of perceived shortcomings, magnified by the stark finality of death. The absence of a final, conscious conversation leaves so much unresolved, suspended in the painful silence. There is no guidebook, no script, for this kind of sudden departure from life. We sift through our memories, searching for the very last word spoken between us, the last shared glance or smile. We hope to find some small comfort, some sign that she was at peace, that she knew how deeply she was cherished. But often these final interactions were perfectly ordinary, everyday moments. They were never intended to carry the weight of being the last. This lack of an intentional goodbye can make the grieving process feel incomplete, as if a vital chapter is missing from the story of your relationship. The innate human need for closure, for a sense of peace, becomes a powerful, driving force. This intense desire for one last moment, one final conversation, is not merely about the words that would be spoken. It is rooted in the profound human need for connection, for reassurance, for a sense of an ending, however heartbreaking that ending may be. It's about wanting to ensure that the last impression left was one of pure love and warmth. It is the silent cry of a heart that desperately wants to bridge the sudden, shocking chasm created by death. The silence that now occupies the space once filled with her voice, her laughter, her gentle advice, is a vast and echoing emptiness. The unspoken words hang heavy in the air, a poignant testament to the enduring love that still seeks an outlet, a final, meaningful expression. A mother's presence in our lives is often like the air we breathe. It is essential, life-sustaining, and frequently taken for granted until it is suddenly, shockingly absent. When she departs from this world, especially without any warning, the void she leaves behind is immense, tangible, and deeply felt. This is not just about an empty chair at the family dinner table or a telephone that no longer rings with her familiar comforting calls. It represents a fundamental and permanent shift in the very landscape of one's existence. The anchor that held you steady is gone, and your ship can feel utterly adrift on a vast, unfamiliar, and often frightening ocean. This profound emptiness permeates every aspect of daily life, a constant dull ache that hums in the background of every moment. This void feels, particularly in the early stages of overwhelming grief, completely and utterly insurmountable. The question echoes, how does one even begin to learn to live with such a gaping hole in the fabric of their being? Her unique wisdom, accumulated over a lifetime, is gone. Her specific, intuitive way of offering comfort in times of distress is no longer available. Her unconditional love, a constant source of strength, is now a memory. Life's milestones, both the joyous celebrations and the challenging trials, are now met with a sharp, painful pang of her absence. The person you instinctively turn to for sound advice, for shared celebration, for deep solace, is no longer physically there. The world can feel decidedly less safe, less welcoming without her protective and nurturing presence. It is a profound and unsettling reordering of one's entire universe. The realization dawns with a painful and undeniable clarity that no one else can ever truly fill the unique space she occupied in your life and in your heart. Friends offer their sincere kindness and support. Other family members provide their love and a comforting presence, and their efforts are a vital lifeline during such a difficult time. But the bond with a mother is singular, unique, forged from the very first moments of life. She knew your entire history, your deepest vulnerabilities, your hidden strengths, in a way that perhaps no one else ever could or ever will. This profound uniqueness makes the loss particularly acute and deeply felt. The specific comfort found in her warm embrace, the joyful sound of her distinct laughter, the timeless wisdom embedded in her words. These are singular, precious treasures now confined to the realm of memory. Learning to live with this profound void is an ongoing journey, not a destination with a clear endpoint. It is certainly not about getting over the loss, because the love for a mother is not something one simply moves on from as if it were a temporary ailment. Instead, it is about the slow, often painful process of learning to carry her memory forward with grace and love. It is about integrating her enduring influence and her boundless love into the changed and unfamiliar landscape of your life. The empty space undoubtedly remains, a constant and poignant testament to her immense significance in your story. But slowly, painstakingly, one begins to learn how to build around it, to find new and meaningful ways to connect with her spirit, and to allow her enduring love to continue to shape who you are and how you choose to live your life. Such a sudden and deeply painful loss, the profound ache of being unable to say that final crucial goodbye, often serves as a stark and brutal teacher. It violently rips away the comforting illusion of endless time that we so often carry with us. It shatters the comfortable, unspoken assumption that our loved ones will always be there, just a phone call or a short visit away. This experience forces us to confront the profound fragility of human life and the inherently unpredictable nature of our journey on this earth. We frequently live our lives as if tomorrow is a certainty, putting off important conversations, delaying expressions of genuine affection, assuming there will always be another chance, another day. This kind of loss shatters that complacency, urging a deep and immediate re-evaluation of what truly matters. The lesson, learned through such profound heartbreak and sorrow, is to cherish every single moment, every interaction with those people we hold dear in our hearts. This does not mean living in a state of constant fear or anxiety about impending loss. Rather, it means choosing to live with a heightened sense of awareness and a deeper appreciation for the present. It means making a conscious effort to be fully present in our relationships, to truly listen when others speak, and to express our love and gratitude openly, honestly, and frequently. Those three simple yet powerful words, "I love you," can never be said too often. Small gestures of kindness, moments of shared laughter, simple acts of genuine connection, these become the precious building blocks of a life that is rich in love, leaving fewer unspoken words and fewer regrets behind. The path of life is inherently and often wildly unpredictable. We meticulously make our plans for the future, we set our ambitious goals, we build our comfortable routines and structures. However, the universe or fate often has its own script, its own unforeseen detours. Sudden illness can strike without warning, tragic accidents can occur in an instant, unforeseen events can alter the course of our world in the blink of an eye. The opportunity for a planned, peaceful farewell, surrounded by loved ones, is indeed a precious gift, but it is not a guarantee for anyone. Understanding and accepting this fundamental uncertainty about life, while undeniably difficult, can ultimately help us to prioritize what is truly essential. It encourages us to live more fully and authentically in the present moment, rather than constantly deferring joy and connection to a future that may never arrive as we currently envision it. While the physical presence of a beloved mother may be gone from this earth, her love, her profound influence, and her unique spirit endure. They live on in the memories cherished, in the lessons she taught, and in the lives she touched. The sharp pain of not having had the chance to say a final goodbye may never entirely disappear, but its nature can transform over time. It can become a powerful, quiet motivator to live a life that truly honors her memory, a life that is infused with the values she instilled. It reminds us to extend compassion to others, to nurture our relationships with care and attention, and to speak our love aloud, clearly and often. Because in the end, the timing and circumstances of goodbyes are not always within our control, but living a life filled with expressed, demonstrated love is a conscious choice we can make every single day, ensuring that those we care for always know their profound importance to us.